So you want a Somber plus 10 weapon as early as possible? Well then you've come to the right place, because in this video I'll be showing you how to get just that.
Dalton, attorney at law, 505-164, C-A-L-L, 505.
So first things first, to be able to wield the Bloodhound Fang without any level ups, the best starting class is the Vagabond. Starting with the Lands Between rune as a keepsake is kinda important. It makes the process just a little bit faster, but if you don't care about time, then all you have to do is collect some more golden runes than I do and you're good. Alright, and we are in the game. Oh, let's instantly get rid of that stupid, ugly, disgusting fat roll by stripping naked while opening the door to not lose any time. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I'm treating this like a speed run, but in reality it's far from that. Although I could see this as a speedrunning category, right? Okay, so here let's do what any normal and sane person would do in this height of danger and jump off the nearest cliff. Oh look, here we are. Thank you for the flask of Crimson Tears and the flask of Cerulean Tears too, I guess. I will never use this in my life. Now let's get out of here. One more thing, I'm gonna ignore some sides of grace in this run for the purpose of
speed. I am speed. One winner, 42 losers. I eat losers for breakfast.
Speed! But you can of course light these. Open up the door and here we are. Ah, Limgrave. Truly magical. It's always so amazing to step into this wonderfully crafted world From Software created, with the entrance being so grand, just seeing all these places and being able to explore every single one of them. Unfortunately we don't have time for that, because we gotta get a plus 10 weapon. You actually want to light the first step side of grace, because we need to teleport back to it later, so don't ignore this one. Now if you'll excuse me Vare, I don't have time to record main list right now, we will get to you later. First things first, we need to get Torrent. But not without stopping by the Church of LA to pick up our first golden rune and touch the grace. We'll come back to this place later too. Alright, now let's get Torrent. Melina bequeaths him to you at this side of grace, so run here. In this run I'm going to be upgrading the Bloodhound Fang, but theoretically this works for any Somber weapon. Just the whole 1 hour thing will probably not be possible, because in this case the Bloodhound Fang is directly en route. So technically I'm only showing how to get Bloodhound Fang plus 10 in an hour, but let's not get so lost in the details here, right? Also another disclaimer, this is by far not the perfect, fastest or easiest way to get OP early. There are better guides for that on YouTube. In this video I'll simply be showing you what the title suggests. How to get a plus 10 weapon, well, plus 10 Bloodhound Fang early. I did do my research where the stones are and what route would be the most effective, and I do think this is a fun way to cheese the game, but if you genuinely need help, then this video is not it. And off we go. Our next step is to hit the funny depressed monkey, because he will thank us by giving us 8 mushrooms. Don't worry buddy, that is a very nice present, which will come in handy later. When you rested at that gatefront grace where Melina gave you Torrent, she also automatically made it nighttime, so try to avoid this night cavalry as good as you can, and after the bridge immediately turn right to find your first Somber smithing stone. Now turn the other way, because we want to go into the Mistwood. Touch the Mistwood outskirts side of grace, but don't go into the Mistwood yet. First, you need to make your way up the giant ruin. Hello the Great Kennephite, servant of the True Order and celebrated repudiator of the faults. I'm sorry, but I'm not interested in rescuing you.
Servant to the True Order!
No, I am more interested in cooking, which is why I'm grabbing this cookbook. And another thing I'm more interested in than saving lives is money, so I'm also gonna grab a couple of these golden runes. You can grab them all, I'm just skipping some to save some time. Teleport back to Mistwood outskirts and now go into the Mistwood. Make your way south, pick up the golden rune while you're there, and go to the ruins where the howling from a certain furry fellow is coming from. Grab all the sleep flowers and then ride southeast-east to find Fort Hyde. Get in there and just rush past everything. Climb up the tower to find Dector's medallion left. Immediately after you can teleport back to first step and go into the ruins. Try not to get killed by the rats, and while ensnared in a transporter trap, hold your shield up to block their attacks. Welcome to Celia Crystal Tunnel, where we have no business except getting the fuck out of here. So just run down and dodge the pest threats. Get out of the tunnel and welcome to Florida, where we unfortunately do have business. Pick up the stray dog and sit down at the Celia Understair side of Grace. Waste a lot of time because now you have no choice but to let Melina take you to Roundtable Hold, but at some point you'll have to go there anyway, so might as well do it now. Also, we want to be able to fast travel again after getting ensnared, which is only possible once you actually sat down at a Grace again. So, just teleport right back and ride south along the shoreline. When you see the swarm of massive dragonflies, you're on the right way. A bit further south and you'll see an item in the swamp which just so happens to be our second Somber smithing stone. Nice! Let's go back to Celia Understair, and now we are gonna have to light the 3 flames. Pick up the golden seed because why not? Very important, pick up this stone sword key, and ideally don't fall down here. Alright, continue. We had to go through all that trouble of opening up Celia because our next destination is Fort Faroth. Light this side of Grace. This is very important because there's like a 99% chance you're gonna die here, which doesn't matter and is actually intended because it's faster, and we also usually don't have any runes yet. I don't know how I got the 338 in this run. Something must have died from fall damage or something. Alright, just rush through here and climb up the ladder. Pick up the Dector's medallion right. Jump down here. Jump and make a hard right. Avoid the rats, drop down, and you got yourself Radagon's Source Seal. Now you can try to escape, but honestly it might just be faster to just let the rats finish the job. Respawn and we can instantly go to our next destination, which is the Caelid Divine Tower. We are already in Dragon Barrows, so might as well get 2 free Somber Stones now. It's kinda insane. Dragon Barrow as an area has late game scaling, which applies to the Somber Stones too, so you will find a Somber Stone 8 in this tier drop scrap.
Target acquired.
And then carefully make your way down these routes to find a Somber 9. Great! Finally we can get out of Florida and return to the Church of Ele. We are coming here to do some business with Kale, but first Rani, Renna, wants something from us. So I guess we have no choice but to accept her bell and then rest again to make Kale wake up. Use golden runes to get 1200 runes and buy 3 cracked pots and the crafting kit. Then mention the howling in the mistwood and receive the finger snap emote. Teleport to Mistwood outskirts and right back to Blight. Finger snap and boom, there he is. Talk to him. Why are you turning your back? Go west and jump up here. There's a spirit spring here which leads you directly to another graveyard where you can pick up a few more golden runes, but our destination lies southwest. It is the Forlorn Hound Ever Jail. Now that you talk to him, you can summon Blight and he makes this fight a cakewalk. If you have any trouble, just let him do all the work and he will stagger the Bloodhound all the time. After you, or more accurately Blight, defeat the Bloodhound, we finally get the Bloodhound Fang. Talk to our furry friend after the fight and he'll award you with a Somber Smithing Stone tool. You can now teleport back to the gate front side of Grace. Ignore everything in your path and ride straight to Stormhill Shack, but pick up the golden seed as it's directly on the way here. Get the Stone Sword key and light the Grace. Our next destination is the merchant in North Limgrave, who I had a lot of trouble finding because I was on the wrong side of the bridge. But you pretty much just have to go east and cross the bridge to find him. He's directly on the right. Purchase the 1 cracked pot, you're guaranteed to have enough runes because you just killed the Bloodhound, and then teleport back to Stormhill Shack. Alright, 25 minutes in and that's the first big chunk finished. We are done in Caelid and Limgrave and can now make our way to Liurnia. Obviously we'll need a secret passage to get there, so just right north. Find the bridge and at the end of the bridge go left. Now just right along the wall. Welcome to Liurnia, land of magic swarms and the hardest base enemies in the entire game for some reason. Luckily for us, we'll be ignoring all of them. Our goal is to find an unassuming woman with somehow even worse posture than you. Just ride roughly north, follow the most obvious path and you should be able to find the little building she's in easily. What? Someone stole your necklace? Don't worry, Raya, I'm going to get it back. I mean, surely you don't want me to join an evil cult or murder my own kind just because I have no problem confronting them, right? The shack where Bogart is chilling with the necklace lies northwest. When you see this large ruin, you're on the right track. And a damn deathbird showed up. But luckily I know the best way of dealing with these things. Ignoring them. Grab the boiled prawn shack side of Grace and talk to this lovely fella to buy Raya's necklace back. Alright, back to Raya. Give her the necklace and in return get the most valuable thing in the world. Compliments from a woman. Oh god, I can't deal with this. Do you guys think she's into me? Better get back to boiled prawn shack side of Grace. I don't know how to handle these kinds of situations. Just a few meters north are 3 more sleep flowers. Pick these up and then go northwest. Find this large piece of ruin and activate the fallen ruins of the lake side of Grace. Now we need the Academy Glintstone key, which is going to be a long ride northwest, so let's speed this up.
Oh no!
I actually made a mistake here. Usually I was able to teleport away before I was in combat with the dragon, so I lost a lot of time here. I think if you approach more from the left and not directly from the front, combat starts a little later and you have time to teleport away. A little bit unlucky here, but nothing too bad. After grabbing the key, just teleport back to the Fallen Ruin side of Grace as soon as you can. Now let's get to the Academy Gate. This golden seed is practically on the way, so might as well grab it. And then right here are the stairs. Just rush through all the enemies and examine Seal. Activate the Raya Lucaria main gate side of Grace. And now examine the Seal northeast to get teleported to Bellum Highway. We want to reach the Dectus lift now, so once again ignore everything in your path. Ideally, don't get hit from the massive catapults. I think the easiest way to avoid them is to keep to the left. Before you actually reach the lift, right into the woods to the left. The white glow we can already see is a teardrop scrap, which carries a Somber free. Now we can go back to the Dectus lift. Activate the Site of Grace, we are gonna be teleporting back here 2 times, so this is pretty important. And then finally host the medallion. If everything is right so far, you should see Raya to the left here. For now, we need to activate another gravestone, and it's a pretty long way. Just take the most obvious route through Altus. You can pretty much just follow the stone path leading north. Grab the golden seed on the way, and after some more riding, finally reach the broken Great Bridge. Activate the Site of Grace and immediately teleport back to the Grand Lift Dector's Site of Grace. Use the lift once again and this time talk to Raya. She is now going to teleport us to Volcano Manor, which is where a lot of things can go wrong, so that's why I'm equipping my armor while she's teleporting me. Talk to Tanef to get the drawing room key and open up the room with the secret wall. Get in there, jump over the snail and keep to the right. Once you're in the dark hallway after the room with the Bloodhound and the blood, make a left and here we are. Activate the Prison Town Church Site of Grace and get ready because we are gonna have to traverse through pretty much this entire Legacy dungeon as a level 1 character. If you die, you're gonna have a long run back, but besides from losing some time, it's nothing too bad. The fastest and probably also safest way to get through this first part is to play some Assassin's Creed. Then drop down to the right here at the wooden bridge. Pick up the Golden Rune 5 on the wooden bridge, cross the next wooden bridge, and then at last jump down on the right. Up the stairs and turn left, try to avoid the snake at all costs, and quickly climb up the ladder. Drop down on the other side, enter the scary building and go left. Then don't let this guy catch you by just jumping down. Go through here, then make a right. Open the heavy door and freedom. That is one hell of a building. Drop down, jump over the lava and just run straight to the stairs. Now save some stamina because there's a snake here. We need to get into that cage lift, but it can knock us out of there. So run behind its back, straight to the lift. And once you're in the lift, immediately face the snake with your shield up. Standing on the edge here should prevent you from getting knocked out of it. Whew, alright, that was stressful, but it's not over. There's one last guy here who can screw us hard. First, after exiting the lift, make a right to find a Somber 5. Yay! Alright, turn back and this is the guy I was talking about.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
Just try to get past him. I really have no tips here. His attacks are pretty delayed, but that's like every enemy in this game, so, you know, good luck. Once you're past him, make a left and activate the bridge.
I'm joking! Stop!
Now run away from the scary dude. And there it is, the Somber 7 we want so bad. Now, as far as I know, the bridge skip is unfortunately no longer possible. I wasn't sure, so I asked the most reliable source on the internet, Reddit users. And they said it is technically possible, but really not worth it because it's so hard now, so I guess that means no, which means there's no other way around it. To reach the Somber Zone, we have to defeat the Godskin Noble. This old-fashioned way, the way FromSoft intended way, is gonna require some preparation. Luckily, we are prepared. Let's first upgrade our flasks in case anything goes very wrong. Then let's travel to Roundtable Hold because we have now collected Somber Stones 1 to 5 and by selling the golden runes we picked up, we also have enough money to actually upgrade our weapon. So let's do that real quick and then teleport back to the Prison Town Church site of Grace. Now for our last trick for this fight. By collecting the sleep flowers, getting the 8 mushrooms from Bog at the very beginning and buying 4 cracked pots, we can now make 4 sleep pots. Sleep pots in combination with a +5 Bloodhound Fang can completely trivialize this fight, which we are in no way ready for in any other way. Technically you only need 3 sleep pots, because 3 sleep cycles are enough, but just to be safe I made the effort to buy a 4th one from the North Limgrave merchant if you remember. Also we collected enough materials to have a 2nd try, but not a 3rd one, so this fight really makes or breaks these runs. For extra safety, I also equipped the Rotten Stray Ash here, but don't get your hopes up. These unupgraded Spirit Ashes do practically nothing, they just serve as a distraction. Alright, what's important? You need to make the noble fall asleep ideally 3 times. 1 pot is enough to make him fall asleep, but only if he stays in its impact radius. Here I try to ensure that by summoning the Rotten Stray first, so I could safely throw my pots. But as you can see, I kinda missed my first one already, so it's good I had 4 available here. The second one was a hit, and as you can see, he fell asleep. Depending on how close you are, this should give you time for 3 charged heavies. 1, 2, 3. This staggers him every time. Critical hit, and more than 1/3 of his health is gone just like that. This will make him transition into 2nd phase, but you can just immediately throw your next pot, makes him fall asleep again, same thing again. 3 fully charged heavies. 1, 2, 3, stagger. Critical hit, boom. Now I got lucky and I could just use Bloodhound's Finesse to finish him off. But if you're not this lucky, just instantly throw the next sleep pot and you should be good. And there you go, Godskin Noble beaten. 50k souls richer and a Godskin Stitcher. Still, this is probably where the run has the highest chance to fail. But at least you have 2 tries, and if you're really committed and don't care about time at all, you can always collect more sleep flowers and mushrooms. And I just found out there's a way around it in this video by Gino Makino, but I have no idea how and where to do that, so we are gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Well, anyway, with all these runes you can now finally level up. I definitely recommend getting Vigor and Endurance up a bit, but this is basically your choice. The hardest part of this run is done, and if you were able to beat this guy, you will also be able to beat Red Wolf of Radagon and Renala, which we'll have to do later. But first, let's finally get that Sommerstone 7. Wait, what do you mean we have to escape an abductor virgin while traversing through lava, avoid 2 more snake enemies and do a jump and run to get there? Alright. Okay, take the lift, jump down here, jump over the lava snails, jump left, jump over here. Oh, hello, Mr. Abductor Virgin. Let me just roll through here. Ow, ow, okay, into this little room. Then there's a ladder on your right here. Go left, avoid these two, and open the heavy door. Go up and then back here, where the 2 stone sword keys we collected very early finally come in handy. This cage jump and run is pretty scary, but it's much easier if you don't actually jump on the cages, but just walk down instead. Jump to reach the wooden plank though, but then you can walk again. Alright, this room is pretty dangerous and the run back here is a pain in the ass, so be very careful. You need to go in this direction and then look for the open door on the left. One last Abductor Virgin to avoid and we finally got our hands on the Somber 7. Whew, holy crap, why are the Somber 7 so rare? As soon as you can teleport away, teleport to the main Raya Lucaria site of grace. Very good, that's the second big chunk done at roughly 50 minutes. Gotta admit, we will be slightly above the 1 hour mark, and by slightly I mean like 10 minutes. But on the other hand, in this run I did make some mistakes, like falling down in Celia or aggroing the dragon. Also the Limgrave Merchant incident was not exactly ideal, so theoretically you can get much closer to it. Welcome to the Academy of Raya Lucaria, home of Magic Burger King Bonkers and the Depressed Witch. I activated this side of grace just to be safe, but it's not really necessary. Avoid all the enemies in your way and cross the bridge. Then make a right and look for the gateway. Take the lift and be careful with the dogs, sometimes one will get up with you. Jump down here. Go into the building and definitely light this side of grace. Up next is the Red Wolf of Radagon, and in my opinion that dog is no joke. We will be doing a lot of damage, but the same goes for him. This is glass cannon versus glass cannon. Once again I summoned the Rotten Stray for some distraction, because I'm really not that good at this fight. Yeah, who's a good doggo? You are a good doggo. Light the grace and level up. Now it's time for Renala. Simply dodge the ball by keeping to the right and not so simply dodge the carrier knight as good as you can.
Hey.
After riding up the lift, we have reached Renala. Yes, good doggo. As you can see, I almost managed to get to second phase the first time Renala was down, so it's probably possible. Second phase is a little more challenging depending on how much she jumps away and summons, but you will stunlock her for a bit whenever you get close, which makes this not that hard either. I wouldn't bother fighting any of her summons, just outrun them and they'll disappear soon enough. Because of all the running and the consecutive attacks you'll have to do in phase 1, the Renala fight is honestly just a stamina thing, so leveling endurance can make this easier. Light the Site of Grace for convenience later and teleport to Roundtable Hold. After defeating your first demigod, Renala in our case, the door to the two fingers will open up and we can talk to Enya. This is something we have to do for Vare to appear at Rose Church, where we'll have to do his questline. After talking to Enya, we can teleport to the fallen ruins of the Lakeside of Grace, which will be closest to Vare. Get to him by riding roughly northwest-west and exhaust his dialogue to get 5 festering bloody fingers. In previous versions of the game you actually had to invade other players, but they added an NPC we can invade instead. Now our long ride to the fall-spanning Great Bridge Site of Grace finally comes in handy. Teleport there after receiving the bloody fingers, level up just to be safe, because that NPC can be quite tough, and then take the magic way gate to the other side. Turn around and keep to the left of that cliff and you will already see a spot where you can safely get down. Get down there and ride south to the Rifeblood ruins. Here on the left, surrounded by some dogs, there should be a red invasion sign. We'll be invading Magnus the Beastclaw. He uses bestial incantations and the Great Star's weapon with Lion's Claw Ash of War. All this makes him a tough opponent, especially with our health bar being so short. We don't have to first try him though, with 5 bloody fingers we can invade him 5 times. On my 3rd attempt I beat him. You can't see it on screen because I had my map open, but defeating him actually rewards us a Somber Smithing Stone 6, which means only a Somber Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone is missing. But luckily, Vare can help us with that. First we need to get back to him. So once again, fallen ruins of the Lakeside of Grace and back to Rose Church. Now Vare wants us to get the blood of a maiden. Let's teleport to Grand Lift of Dectus, because from there the Church of Inhibition is not too far. We need to get up this hill while avoiding the madness from the tower, but it's not too bad if you get hit, we lose a couple of seconds and that's it. Ride through the village and turn right to ascend further. Just follow the most obvious path and you will see the church. You will get invaded by Vike here, but we can just run past him. First, quickly activate the Site of Grace in case Vike kills you. Then quickly get the maiden blood by pressing Y on this maiden's corpse after looting her stuff. At that point, Vike will have probably caught up to you and kill you, but it's fine if you manage to get a lot of Blood's favor. If you died, collect your runes again and the Sacred Tear, because why not, and then teleport back to the Fallen Ruins Site of Grace.
Good heavens. Clench your teeth or something.
Let Vare torture your finger to finally get the Pure Blood Knight's medal.
With the power I've got, but you mustn't. The meeting must luminary. We must.
Nah.
With this item we can teleport to Mogwin Palace. Run up the stairs and light this side of grace. Make your way up by running through everyone and everything. Once we are inside the building, it's unfortunately very dark. Keep to the right until you find the legendary Lord's Rune, then go left to find some stairs. Keep kinda to the left, but don't get stuck inside all the gravestones. The shining ghost glove word can be a useful point of orientation. Up the stairs to the left and you finally made it out, but probably with a bunch of scary dudes chasing you, so light the grace as quick as you can and just let them do the job.
I'm killing you. I'm killing you. I don't care about anything else. I don't give a shit.
Respawn and get ready for our final trick. Bait that guy off the platform and then jump up here to loot a Somber ancient dragon smithing stone. Run back to the side of grace to get out of combat and teleport back to Roundtable Hold. And there you go. Sell the big boy rune to get more than enough money to upgrade your Bloodhound Fang to +10.
You think it's okay? It's clean?
It is acceptable.
For funsies, I tested my damage against Margit. Here's how that went.
That's quite big.
Yeah, he stood no chance. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little experiment and maybe some of it does prove to be useful to you. That's it from me and I'll see you in the next Elden Ring video. Stay tuned!